except for rap. I'm not a rap guy. I know that's a shocker to most of you guys.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven and the warning of hell. But take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go way up on the hill.
First thing on the list this morning, get the hay tedder ready. I went ahead and pulled it out. Need to get my grease gun out and make sure it's good and lubricated. Then we'll grab the Kubota and hook it up and head to the field. One of the best tools you could have is, in my opinion, battery powered grease gun. Also guys, try to remember to clean off your zerts before you put fresh grease in there, especially if your implement's been stored all winter, like this one right here. You can see that one right there. Got a lot of yarn all over it there, as my grandmother would say it. Get that cleaned off, because if you don't, when you pump your grease in there, it will send all that yarn in there on the bearing, and it'll make it fail a lot sooner. This one right here is kind of hard to get to. I think I'll turn it out toward you guys. That way I can access it better. I'm not sure why they got it facing that way, or why I didn't do this sooner. There we go. It's still kind of loose. After we put this thing up, after get the hay done, we'll address that a little bit better. Good enough though to squirt some grease in. Something else here guys I'll have to do when I get done, I go over the grease zerts again and clean off any grease that's on the outside, because the chat and all that stuff out there in that hay will stick to that grease and make a mess. I don't know why implement companies don't put a roller on the hitch on every one of these attachments. I get these little bases at Harbor Freight. They work good, but they should put a wheel on this. All right, guys, got her hooked up. The PTO's in there. Got the hydraulics going. Got my little rope cord right there. Just like the hay mower we used yesterday. You got to pull that. That releases the latch. These arms will fold down. And something else I was looking at here. These wheels must have sealed bearings on them. What do you guys think out there? Anybody got a tractor attachment with similar wheels like this? It looked like that on the end. I don't have a grease fitting anywhere, so I'm assuming the bearings are sealed in there. Or at least I hope that's what I'm seeing here. On either side, there's nowhere to grease it. I guess I could look at the manual, that might be faster, but if you guys don't care, leave me a comment below what you think about that. Looks like they're seized in there, not seized, my goodness. I hope they're not seized. Looks like they're sealed. Well, friends, I am working up a sweat. It's kind of hot in here. It's time to get in this Kubota and turn on the AC. Well, that hose wasn't in very good. It popped right out, my goodness. There's the tilt one right there. Let's try this again, my goodness. All right, guys. Let's see what we got to work with here. It's about 80 degrees right now. It's supposed to be close to 90 here in a little bit. Drying pretty good. Still got a ways to go. Not just ready yet, but that tedder will change things. So if you're new to this channel or new to making hay, here's the deal. When you mow this stuff down, it dries where it lays. So if you can go over it with a tedder and fluff it up and move it around, it gives this hay crop that's on the bottom a chance to dry, because right there it's pretty wet. On the top it's dry and that's wet. Some people don't do this, but I think it's best practice, and it doesn't hurt I think it gets the hay drier a lot faster. All right, let's lower the arms. Now we'll do one last safety check, make sure everything looks okay. Nothing hanging down that's going to get in those tines right there. And let's give it one last look over here. Everything looks good. All the hoses are connected. That one right there, I must not have pushed it in good enough. That was my fault. First mistake of the year for me. But everything looks good. Tires look good. Everything's greased up. PTO's connected. You see here. Yeah, I need to drop these arms down so they're not interfering with this right here. Our first pass. I always like to get out after I make about, a couple of 100-yard run with it and do one more check to make sure everything looks okay, because you never know about stuff like this. There's a lot of moving parts going on back here. So this right here gives you a great example of the difference a hay tedder makes on your field. So right here is where we just came, and I don't have auto steer my tractor like those fancy guys up north and out west. So I have a hard time going straight sometimes, but that's just me. But anyways, you can see right here, it looks nice and full with plenty of hay crop right there spread out. Over here where we mowed yesterday, you can see these stripes over here. That's where it was laying down the crop. And the mower does a good job, but it doesn't spread it out very evenly. Over here, you can tell where we tedded it right there. Looks pretty good. Let's get back on it. And this right here is going to be my first year I've cut hay and I've not ran over a black snake or something. Or I've not seen one, put it that way. Usually I run over one and I can see it, and the buzzards are eating it the next day. Alright guys, I've got about 3 more passes, and the largest field that I do, it's about 8 acres, should be about done. Maybe 4 passes. It's hard to tell kind of sometimes. No. Yeah, about 4 more passes and we should be done. Then I'll probably take me a break and head over to the other fields. And this tractor right here has something kind of unique. It's got a 540E on the PTO. So if you push the 540E button, it's actually a lever back there on the power takeoff. You don't have to rev the motor up as much to get 540 on the PTO. You can rev it up to about 1800 RPMs. And that would get you 540 on your power takeoff, but not 540 as far as reaching 2200 RPMs on your engine. So you get your speed, you get your PTO, but you don't have to think about getting up on your RPMs on the back. It's supposed to save fuel, and with the way diesel prices are right now, I'm all about that. All right guys, this field is done. Let's fold up this tedder, go grab some water, then we'll go grab another field. Alright guys, here's the last field of the day. We're up here below the road where the cows are going to go eventually. And it looks like Mr. Kubota needs to go through a regen. That's the worst thing they've ever done to equipment in this country, guys. I don't know if they do this worldwide, but this regen stuff right here for this diesel emission stuff is just awful. I hate it. All these big tractors have it. It's not the tractor's fault. It's the government's fault. I tell you what. Terrible, terrible. I hate when it does that. So, since we got that going on, I'm going to rev this thing up and try to get this field finished and go through the regen process at the same time. So I guess I'll stick you guys outside and I'll see you back here in just a minute. And if I get the regen process done in time before this field's over with, I'll take you up here to the top because it gives you a really good view of the entire farm. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can get done here in time and this engine can get the diesel particulates cleaned out or whatever, you know, whatever it needs to do. My goodness. I'll see you guys here in just a minute. Over the audio, guys, my microphone is somewhere over there. I think it's in the tracker. I'm having to use this GoPro. But anyways, right here on the top of the hill, that's a really good view of everything. Up there's the house, the kiln, the wood shop. Way over here is the sawmill building. All this is ours pretty much. This is my favorite view of the farm right here, especially after we mow the hay. Looks really good up here on top of the hill. What is coming up next. Tomorrow I've actually got to mow this hill right here. I should have mowed it today and I've ran out of time. I got plans this evening, but we will be mowing that in the next video. That's about 1 acre right there in front of the house, and it's supposed to be really hot tomorrow. It's supposed to be up in the mid 90s, so we'll knock that down really early in the morning, and I'll go ahead and use the tedder on it as well and spread it out, and it should be ready to bale by Tuesday. Tomorrow's Monday. Not sure when you guys will see this video, but that's the last field that we had to cut right there. I should have already got that, but I just got behind. Things happen. So after we cut that field in the morning and ted it, we're going to put the new hay rake, or the new to me hay rake, on the Kubota. We'll start in the big field right here. We'll make our windrows. We might go ahead and bale this one up and do it in sections maybe. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how I'm feeling tomorrow, but we will definitely be making some hay bales tomorrow with our hay crop over there. If one of you guys will let me know when I get close, I'd appreciate it. I can't see the hitch back there. How am I looking? Well, somebody speak up, my goodness. If I had millions of dollars, I would put a backup camera on every machine that I own. Well, looky there. That's right where it needs to be, my goodness. I couldn't do that twice if I had to. All right, guys, this right here is the new to me hay rake that I mentioned in the last video. I ran out of time, but I didn't have time to tell you guys about it. It's a New Holland roll bar 256. New Holland doesn't make these anymore. I think 2020 was the last year they made these, but you can still get parts for them, and they work really good. And if you guys recall, in previous years, I used a hay rake just like this to rake my hay, but it looked bad as far as the appearance goes because it was rusted down to the metal. It didn't have the proper wheels on the back. This one does have the proper wheels, but they do have an issue. And it didn't have a dolly on it. It had a little jack on the front of it right there, and it was kind of aggravating to put on your tractor. This one right here, guys, has a dolly. which means you have a hitch for your drawbar, and there's a problem there as well. We'll have to look at in the off season after this hay is done. But I've always wanted a roll bar 256, a newer one, you know, in better condition with the paint on it, and also with the proper wheels on the back. These right here have the proper wheels. So nowadays, a lot of people have went to the wheel rates or the V rates, whatever you want to call them, where it's got multiple wheels on both sides. You can cover more ground with those, and they work just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I like them. But I've used both of them. This is the kind of rate that I learned to cut hay on here a few years ago, and guys, I just like it. I know it takes longer, but I'm not in a hurry, to be honest with you, when it comes to cutting hay, unless it's going to rain, of course. But there's something about these old school roll bar rates, I just like them. I like to watch them work, and they're really easy to work on. You can get all the parts for them. Everything's interchangeable. Doesn't take up a whole lot of room, and I just like them. It's just my preference, I guess. And my goodness, I need some fans in here. If there's a fan sponsor watching this video, hit me up. I could use about 3 or 4 of those giant fans down through there. So anyways, here's the things that are wrong with this rate that need repaired or replaced that I'm going to do after this first cutting of hay is over with. Now, I did keep my other hay rate for right now, just in case I have a problem with this one tomorrow. I can go ahead and back up and punt and use it. But I think we'll be okay on this one. Famous last words. So here's what it needs. These are the proper tires for it, but they're in pretty bad shape. They're dry rotted. I'll be replacing those two in addition to the wheels up around the dolly. Got a few teeth missing right here on the rake. I will probably replace those in the morning, and there's a few of these that are bent pretty bad. I'll go ahead and replace those. In the off season, I'll probably take every one of these off and replace all of them. So right there, we got a crack where it attaches to the drawbar right there. You can see that crack right there in the middle. It looks like it's been welded already once. So this right here is the biggest issue. Hopefully this holds up tomorrow and it doesn't break off completely. If it does, we'll back up and punt like I said. But as soon as we get through this first hay cutting, we're going to change out all the wheels, that bearing over there, service everything really good, probably change the oil and the gearbox. And I will take this piece off right here and take it to a good friend of mine and get that completely rebuilt right there. And he'll make it a whole lot stronger. All right, friends, I am done for the day, but real fast, let's do some quick Q&A because I got a message from a Patreon member that's been a member probably for 7 years, maybe longer than that. I think he's been on there since I started. But anyways, he sent me a few questions. Let's answer those real fast, and I got to get down to the house. All right, so question number 1 is, what is your favorite book? Without a doubt, Lonesome Dove. And not the movie with Tommy Lee Jones, or the series rather, although that is a really good series. The book is so much better than the show was. If you've not read it yet, I would really encourage you to take a look at that book if you like to read. And if you don't have time, it's on Audible. That's how I listened to it for the first time, actually. I listened to it on Audible 2 times, actually, within a year. Then I read the book after that because I bought it. And it's a really good book. So Lonesome Dove, without a doubt. Question number 2, what's your favorite movie? Well, this right here is not a movie, but it's like a mini-series that came out in 1979. I think it was 79, the year I was born, actually. But anyways, it's called Centennial. It's about 10, I think it's a series of 10 if I remember right. It's the best miniseries or movie ever made. And the book is actually really good as well. It's my top 5, one of my favorite books. But the actual miniseries is ridiculous how good it is. You can buy it on Amazon. I think you can rent it for like 20 bucks or something. Go watch that series right there when you have spare time. But I think it's like 20 some hours long or something like that. Maybe longer than that, but it's worth your time. I tell you what, on a nice winter day when you can't do nothing and you're stuck inside, watch that series on Amazon. You can also, I think you can buy the DVD. I think I have the DVD, but I stream anything anymore anyway because it's so much simpler. So the favorite movie ever is actually a miniseries, Centennial. And his last question is, what is your favorite kind of music? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I listen to everything from bluegrass to classic rock to 90s rock because I was in high school and college in the 90s. And I listened to Nirvana and all that stuff in the 90s. I don't really have a definitive answer right there. I like it all. You know, some of my favorite groups are Led Zeppelin, Stone Temple Pilots, you know, Johnny Cash, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff I listen to. It's usually on YouTube Music with my headphones or those Meta glasses most of the time, but I really don't have a favorite genre, I guess. I just like it all, to be honest with you. Except for rap. I'm not a rap guy. I know that's a shocker to most of you guys. So anyways, friends, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I gotta get out of this shop and get down to the house and eat some fried bologna and then get cleaned up because we have plans tonight. But I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. We're gonna get started pretty early. I gotta pull out the baler, which is over here on my left shoulder. I gotta get it out, get it serviced, get the twine in it. Worked on this hay rake a little bit in the morning, and hopefully it holds up tomorrow, and we'll have a pretty good day. So guys, in closing here, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button. It don't cost you nothing. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you want to support me here, go join Patreon, $5 a month. There's a link down below to that down below. I can't talk, my goodness. There's a link down below to that. And also, if you're watching on your phone, hit that hype button. YouTube says it helps these videos, but I'm not sure if it does or not, but it's worth a try, and that don't cost you nothing either. So guys, I'll see you back here on the next one. Thanks for watching. How we doing, bud? You want a piece too? I'll get you some.